Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to disclose another one of Neville Goddard's exercises that he taught in the back of the Wilshire E. Bell Theater in Los Angeles to my grandfather. So this is an exercise you may be familiar with vaguely that my grandfather actually talked about when I was interviewing him about how he got laid 3 times a day at least. And he used this, and this is actually something that Neville Goddard taught, not in the same exact way that my grandfather used it to get laid, but actually just to establish a relationship, like getting a specific person or getting somebody to fall in love with you or to attract someone into your life. And he used this exercise that I'm going to disclose in this video today. All right, guys, so this is what Neville Goddard taught my grandfather on how to establish or attract anyone that you want to come into your life using your imagination. So this is something you use your imagination, you visualize, you feel, you hear, you bring all your senses in, but it's not so much all of the senses that we have to worry about. It is the feeling state. You want to the reason why Neville Goddard used this imaginary act, like you imagine every vivid detail with all of your senses, is because he wanted you to capture that feeling. And when you do that, you're kind of skipping your thoughts at that point. You're going right to the image. You're skipping thoughts and then images and then going right to that feeling state. So when you imagine something or you visualize, you're skipping the thought process, because with affirmations, you're stating something. So you're starting from scratch. You're saying thoughts, and then those thoughts create images in the mind. Then those images are creating the feeling state. So you're skipping the thoughts, going right to that image, and you're designing the image. So then you're right one step away from that feeling state. So you're more closely connected. So there's not so much confusion from thoughts and images, all these things that, that can happen with the confusion with the subconscious mind of stating your affirmations. So this is why Neville Goddard wanted you to imagine and you bring all your senses in and create this visual scene. And I'm not saying that affirmations can't be powerful, but I think you can jump one step ahead with visualization and skip the speaking and the thought process and just go straight to creating your image, because that's just one step away from the actual feeling state of impressing the subconscious mind. And let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, guys. Just kidding. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get on with the exercise here. Okay, the first step that you want to do, the first thing you want to do is think of the person that you're trying to attract into your life, the person that you want to fall in love with you, whether it's somebody from your past, someone you had a relationship with before, or you're now broken up with this person, but you want them back so badly, or they're ghosting you, or you're trying to get them to text you, or you're trying to get this person to contact you, or it's just somebody that you don't even know. Okay, you can use this for any one of these things. Okay, so my grandfather's his exercise on this was he would find the girl that he wanted to sleep with. He would find her and he would go have a conversation with her. And while he's having a conversation with her, he is studying her, just like we would study a $100 bill. Like if you're counting $100 bills in your imagination, before you do that, you look at the $100 bill and you study the $100 bill. You're studying it back and forth. You're looking at it very closely. You're feeling the paper and feeling the way that the $100 bill is in your 3D world. That way you can use that for your imaginal act. Okay, so after you have done that, you've conversed with the person that you're trying to attract into your life. You study all of them. Maybe it's somebody you already know. You already know all this stuff. You already know what their voice sounds like, so you don't have to do this. You can skip this part. But if you don't, you want to have this conversation like my grandfather did. Get the person to speak. That way you can hear their voice. You know what their voice sounds like. You see their skin tone. You see how tall they are, how their body looks, what they're wearing, like their normal clothing, the way their hair sits. Are they wearing glasses? Are they, what are they doing? I mean, what about their body language? I mean, how do they present themselves? Download all this information, just like you're studying a $100 bill before you're counting it. And then you want to go into your imaginal clip. You want to do this for 3 to 7 nights. You want to take out about 20 minutes before you go to sleep at night, and you want to create a visual scene in your imagination that this person is laying in bed with you. You are either in their bed or they are in your bed. It doesn't matter. You're in a hotel. It does not matter. Make it a bed, and you are actually with this person, and you're laying with this person. You're there spooning with them. You're just laying with them, and you're having a great time, and they're happy. And then they look at you and they tell you that you are the absolute best lover that they've ever had in their lives. And they're so happy that they finally found the person that they've always wanted. So you do this all in your imagination. So you are visualizing this, and don't force the visualization. This is going to be an effortless thing. So you're having fun with this. Take some deep breaths before you go into your visual scene. Do not force it, because that creates separation. You want to create the feeling of relief that this is done. So you want to find the person, locate the person that you're trying to attract into your life, and then study that person, or remember exactly all of those attributes of that person, download that information, then lay down like in an odd position. That way you don't just fall asleep when you're laying down in your bed. Do this for about 10 to 20 minutes before you fall asleep, or even 5 minutes if you can actually. All you have to do is create that feeling state. So if you can do it in 2 minutes, then that's fine. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, you need to create that feeling of relief before you drift off to sleep while you're in that drowsy state. And the only reason I say to do this for 3 to 7 nights is just to make sure that you land it, because really you only have to fall asleep with that feeling, the 100% feeling of relief that it's done one time. And then you'll have it at that point. But that just establishes, or that guarantees, that you're going to get it. So if it takes 1 night and you get it, or it takes 3 nights and you get it, or it takes 7 nights and you get it, you're still going to get it. And you're going to know that you got it, because you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to feel at peace, you're going to feel relieved, you're going to feel detached from the separation from this person, and you're going to be completely content. You're going to wake up in the morning and be totally content and at peace, and you're not going to feel any sort of resistance towards this person. And even if you see this person, you're not even going to react to that. You're just going to be like, okay, this person's now with me. And now you're just going to be like, you're not going to have that resistance anymore towards this person, and you're not going to be reacting anymore to this person not being with you, and that's going to draw that person in even more, because as we know, when you react to things, you're attracting more of that. So if somebody's not with you, like you're in a relationship and this person's not doing what you want them to do, and you're reacting and getting upset about that, you're creating more of that person to do that same thing. So when you're more at peace and you have non-resistant thoughts, that's when you're attracting that person to come back to you, the non-resistant thought. And it's just like what Neville Goddard said in The Law and the Promise. He says, Satan is a reactor and God is an actor. God is an actor, Satan is a reactor. So if you're reacting to the day's events, your 3D world, if you're reacting to the 3D events that are happening to you, then you're doing Satan's work. So do not react to any negative things that happen to your life, because you're just recreating them. You're doing Satan's work, just like Neville Goddard said in The Law and the Promise, that Satan is a reactor, guys. Satan is a reactor. And it's a lot different from responding. You can respond, but don't react negatively to anything that goes on in your life. All right, guys, I love you guys very much. And don't forget to give me one thing you guys are grateful for, or anything you want me to clarify, and I will do that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Thank you.